Welcome back to the Cabral House Call. I'm Stephen Cabral, and today we're back to answer your questions. And starting right off the bat today, we have a great question. All three of our questions today are actually focused on weight loss. So let's get it started. Question one is, should you start with weights or just cardio? So it's a really good question. So a lot of people starting out, they haven't been doing a formal program before, or maybe they've just kind of dabbled with a little bit of walking on treadmill or doing a little elliptical or whatever it might be. So I think the question is, should you just do weights or should you just do cardio if you're getting back into a weight loss plan or you want to start with a weight loss plan? In my opinion, I always look towards what are the long-term benefits. And so I love to say, if you can just even do body weight-based workouts or cable-based workouts or some type of resistance-based workouts, but keeping your heart rate up while you're doing it, that to me is the absolute best. So if I had to choose between the two, I would absolutely choose that. I would do a round of exercises, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at most exercises in a circuit or tricep, like 3 exercises. And you're gonna do that from anywhere between 1 and 3 minutes. You'll take a period of time, which is about a 1-to-1 ratio of working out for 1 to 3 minutes, resting for that 1 to 3 minutes, and then repeating those exercises, whatever it is for that round. So it's great because of course it will burn calories and everyone wants to talk about calorie burn. But the thing is, it boosts your metabolism. It's interval-based training. And doing that will then, beyond that workout, it will boost your metabolism, meaning that you'll be able to better utilize glycogen or sugar for the next 18 to 31 hours. It's going to keep your metabolism revving. It's going to help you better utilize the food that you're eating, the oxygen that you're consuming, all of those specific things. So I would absolutely do that. But at the same time too, let's say you're a little bit older, you're really new to working out, you might not feel comfortable doing exercises at first. I have no problem with you. I mean, believe me, if you want to start an exercise program, I absolutely think it's fantastic and you should do whatever you believe is something that you're going to be able to stick with for a while. So if you want to just get on an upright bike and do the upright bike for 20 or 30 minutes, great. If that's the difference between doing absolutely nothing and doing 20 to 30 minutes on an upright bike, you're going to get a lot of benefit from that. So don't let a specific program hold you back from what you need to do to start seeing results. You can always add on. You know, in the last Cabral concept, I talked about don't start at point Z. Well, the same thing is, if just getting started on an upright bike or an elliptical or anything is going to get you started, do it, and then you can say, okay, now I'm going to add in 2 days a week of some resistance-based training that's going to be more of like a metabolic workout. So again, just get started, don't overthink it, and then you can get more formal as you go forward and you get more advanced as well. All right, next question. How often should you be eating per day? And since we're talking about weight loss, let's stick with weight loss. So how often should you be eating per day for weight loss? So one of the things is you have to understand this is very misunderstood. I think hardly anyone talks about this topic, and it's your body's oxidation process. So are you a slow oxidizer, a mixed oxidizer, or a fast oxidizer? And this is simply your body's ability to break down nutrition, to break down food that you put in your body. So some people, they put in, you know, a protein-based meal with good veggies, carbs, all of that, and they just burn through it. Like literally it's in and out of their stomach within an hour or 2 hours. That's a fast oxidizer. They're going to need to eat a little bit more often throughout the day because they simply burn through their food so quickly. Now, you don't necessarily want to be a fast oxidizer because that could mess with your blood sugar levels. You could input that food too quickly, blood sugar levels could rise too quickly, and then you can plummet down and start to feel a little bit low blood sugar. Those people, at least initially, will do better off eating every 2 or 3 hours. Okay? Then there's the mixed oxidizers who are eating every 3 to 4 hours or so, maybe every 4 hours at the most, probably every 3, and they're going to have somewhere around 4 to 5 meals, and maybe that's small meals, or maybe it's 3 meals with an afternoon snack. And then there's the slow oxidizers. The slow oxidizers are people who are like overly stressed, the blood isn't moving towards their stomach, they get bloated often, they don't do a really great job at digesting. And so what that means is they're only going to want to have 3 meals at most per day, and the reason is the food is moving through their stomach much slower, their digestive process is much slower, so they need to space their meals out every 4 hours or so. And so what does that mean? Well, it means this, that if you're putting more food in on top of partially digested food in your stomach, that's going to cause a lot of bloating, a lot of gastric discomfort, maybe even indigestion as well. And you're going to think that it might be from the food you ate or whatever it is. It could simply be that you just put raw food or undigested or uncooked food onto your stomach, which is now mixing with hydrochloric acid and enzymes in there before, and it's turning into just basically a big mess, causing a lot of bloating, discomfort, gas, pain, all the things that you're not too excited about. So what I would say is you can test these things really easily. You can do a simple hair tissue mineral analysis, and that hair tissue mineral analysis is going to show you your oxidation rate. It's very simple, very straightforward. I highly recommend that. If you're just saying, well, like, I'm not going to do that, I don't want to go through the process, which is very, very simple, by the way, of doing hair tissue mineral analysis, but you don't want to go through that. What can you do? Stay on the medium side of it. So basically, eat, let's say, 3 meals per day with a mid-afternoon snack if you get hungry. I think that's a pretty easy compromise if you don't want to find out or customize exactly what's right for you. Hopefully that helps. Next question. Speaking of water, have a sip right now. So, yeah, of course, we talked about it many times. You want to drink at least half your body weight in water per day. Now, some people may not be able to take that recommendation because maybe they're low on minerals, they don't want to wash out more minerals from their body, or maybe they're lower on blood pressure, same exact things. But most people, if you weigh 160 pounds, you should drink about 80 ounces of fluid per day, which is about 10 glasses of water. So just keep in mind, if you weigh 160 pounds, you want to drink about 10 glasses of water per day. So, but let's say water does get boring sometimes, right? So what else can you drink? Well, the other thing is this. If you're eating fruit, fruit is 90%, most fruits are about 80-90% water. So you're taking in water, liquid from those fruits. Now, if you're on a weight loss plan or nutrition plan, you're probably not eating a ton of fruit either because of its high glycemic index and its inability to be digested, or its ability to be digested too quickly, which isn't something that you want. But look at it this way. If you're drinking healthy smoothies, that's part of your liquid intake for the day as well. If you're drinking an herbal-based tea, my favorite for weight loss and for general detoxification is ginger tea. And during the winter especially, I highly recommend it. So if you'd like to start adding some warm or hot ginger tea, you can do that by simply buying some ginger and just shaving off a little piece and put it in some boiling water, some hot water. Or you could use ginger tea dried packets. Those are fine as well, like little tea bags. Absolutely fantastic for drinking with meals because it's going to aid in digestion. It's going to help you better digest your food. And again, you shouldn't be drinking a lot of fluid during your meals, but ginger tea is one of those things you can drink through that meal because of its heat. It will help you actually improve your digestion. So highly recommend that. Other herbal teas you're welcome to drink as well, non-diuretic based ones. And what else I would say is, you could potentially look towards things like taking your water and saying, what else do you enjoy? Do you enjoy putting in maybe some sliced cucumbers? Like at the Cabral Wellness Institute in Boston, one of the things that our guests love is that we do sliced cucumbers in our water. And it basically infuses the water just with this light crispness of cucumbers. Cucumbers aren't my favorite thing per se, but other people love them. So what I would say to you is slice up some fruit and put that in there. You're not going to be eating the fruit, but you might get a little bit of that like strawberry taste or cucumber, or even put some mint in there. That might be nice as well. The last part is this. I don't recommend a lot of juicing when you're doing a weight loss plan, but you can drink straight green juices, meaning that if you're juicing veggies, you can absolutely do that because the amount of sugar per juice is under 10 grams. It might be 4 grams or 5 grams or maybe 8 grams at the most of sugar in those juices because it's just going to be maybe like kale, spinach, celery, cucumber, parsley, those types of things. And no more than one of those or so per day, but that can absolutely be used as well, maybe for like a mid-afternoon snack, a very low glycemic juice. You really should stick with water, but it can be the ginger tea, it can be the infused with lemon, it can be whatever you would like. Spice it up a little bit if you would enjoy that. But again, keep in mind that most beverages are simply going to be detrimental to your weight loss efforts. Stick with the ones I mentioned today. You'll do great. And then as you reach your goals, you can start to add maybe a few more other options in there. Hopefully those answered your questions today. I'll be back real soon answering more of your questions on Cabral HouseCall. Thank you for just tuning into the Cabral Concepts. I want to make you aware of a really fun contest we have going on right now in January. And what we're going to do is we're actually giving away over $2,000 in prizes. This is amazing stuff. This is all things that people use in my own Boston practice, and it's completely free to enter. All you have to do is simply download, subscribe, and review this podcast. Just give it, hopefully, 5 stars or as many stars as you can give it. Right on iTunes. Very, very simple. To get the full details, simply go to cabralpodcast.com.